best because then you could see the truth dawn on the Bruins, and you just see their happiness melt away.
You just saw reality.
Yeah,
you also saw it in the stands with reality setting in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shit, I spent a lot of money on tickets for this.
Another thing that annoyed me, I know that you're the fan of the team that lost at home in Game 7 of the finals, but when they're announcing the MVP of the team that beat you, why are you fucking booing him? Just shut the fuck up and leave.
Like, I know that they're booing Bettman. That's tradition. You have to boo Bettman.
Is he Goodell?
Not to the level, but it's tradition.
I think that's a stupid tradition.
There's some bitter fans that I'm sure were booing both, but for the most part, those boos were for Bettman because that's happened every year.
All right.
If that's the case, then that's fair.
I mean, it's only fair when you think about what's really about to happen. And that is, I believe it was NHL, in 2 years is facing another lockout. Or another strike. So, we'll see what happens, but it's 2 years away. The NFL's is much more immediate.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a future episode. But overall, very satisfied with
the result.
Yeah, with the NHL playoffs as a whole. It's kind of funny. The first 2 rounds of the NBA playoffs sucked. Like, they sucked. Sucked. Like, at some points, it was unwatchable.
That wasn't great.
Rounds 3, and now the finals are pretty good. I'm not saying that round 3 in the finals of hockey sucked and were unwatchable, but it's kind of funny how they shifted.
Yeah, how they kind of flipped towards like the games themselves. Yeah, I can give you that. It's a little bit ironic to see it happening.
And I mean, maybe we would be, saying something completely different had Kevin Durant not gotten hurt.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's always that possibility, but in the end, it is what it is.
It is what it is, and that's a good segue to the next section, which is brought to you by our sponsor, Raptors fans. Quit booing injuries, you fucking assholes.
Yeah, I have a real problem.
Are
you gonna rant about that? Because that'd be great.
There's a couple small things that I want to rant about. One we're going to talk about later is, listen, I don't care what fan you are of anyone or anything. There's no reason to boo a fucking person when they have an injury because they're a team against you. First of all, what are you booing? He's done nothing to your team this entire fucking series except for drop a couple of points.
Well, I mean, it depends. He's talked a lot of shit to Drake, and apparently Drake is the fucking treasure of Canada.
Fuck Drake and fuck Toronto and fuck their fans. Fuck Canada, for that matter. I don't give a shit. These people are supposed to be the nicest people in the world. You're booing a guy who scored, 10 points on you? You should be fucking cheering for him being able to walk off the court because you don't have to get your shit pushed in by him staying in the fucking game and possibly blowing a 3-game fucking lead. If you blow it now, you have no one to blame but your fucking self because the best player in the fucking series decided to blow out his Achilles 2 minutes into the games that he's been playing, which is 1. I mean, even Drake had the audacity to be upset because he understands the idea of if you want to win a championship, you better fucking beat the best. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, this series comes with an asterisk from it because arguably the best player on the fucking other team didn't play you for more than 2 fucking minutes. So if you want to boo somebody, boo yourself.
Well, I'm going to add a little to you, what you're saying. You said the best player on the other team. We're potentially talking about the best player on the fucking planet at this point.
You are talking about undeniably the top 3. In the conversation, it's the top 3 best players that are playing the game right now.
And top 10 all-time potential.
Was not in the game more than 2 minutes. And you have the audacity to boo? You should have been cheering, one, that he was able to walk off, and two, that you don't have to deal with him. But to boost... I don't get it. What are you booing?
Well, they weren't booing. They were clapping and cheering when he pulled up and got hurt.
You should be cheering in excitement and be happy. You shouldn't be cheering that somebody fucking went down.
No, do the honorable thing.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were cheering when they saw him
pull up,
go down. And that's just... It's unconscionable. I can probably name players throughout all of sports on, like, one hand who I would cheer for to get injured, and that's because they are scumbags on and off the field.
Is Brad Marchand one of them?
I don't know. I would feel indifferent, I think. From all reports, he's a genuinely nice guy off the ice, but on the ice, his antics, have led to others getting hurt. So,
but he makes
him getting hurt, I would feel was karmic justice. I don't know if I'd still cheer for it because I don't think his intention is to hurt people. His intention is just to get away with weakening the other teams. Get this guy out of my way so I can get the puck. But there are certain players that in football you've seen that are trying to hurt other players, and those
a team admitted to it
for getting hurt.
A team admitted to doing that.
Multiple teams admitted to doing that. And those are the types that take pleasure in stuff like that I would not feel bad at all for them getting injured. But to cheer for KD getting hurt is just ridiculous. I get you see it as an opportunity for them for your team to win, but you should want your team to win by being the best. As Tony mentioned, not having an asterisk that KD, the best player, was not playing in the series.
Right. And to go off of what you're saying, I think there are players, and Ndamukong Suh is one of them. Albert Hainsworth is one of them. That if they got hurt, I wouldn't cheer, but I definitely have the attitude of, well, that's what you get.
Yeah, at that point it's karma. But you don't cheer for... I mean, at the end of the day, these are people, okay? And going through that, you're going to have to go through surgery and rehabilitation. And most people view it as being their team, and that's all that they care about. But at the end of the day, these are still people that are going to have to go through this for months out of their fucking lives. And you don't realize the level of intensity that they play at just to fucking entertain you, to the point that you're going to cheer when they're fucking injured.
I sincerely hope that the Warriors win tonight. It goes back to Toronto, and then the fans in attendance in Toronto have more class, and during a timeout or something, do a "Sorry, Kevin" chant or something like that.
I hope so too, but I don't foresee it happening.
Some Toronto Raptors fans have started GoFundMes and things like that. And apparently his surgery is like completely paid for because they raised enough money to take care of all of that.
Yeah, that's the nice...
Those are the Canadians you're talking about.
Those are the nice Canadians I'm talking about. None of them bought tickets to that game.
Yeah, we're not saying all Toronto fans are like this, but there were definitely some scum out that night. But also, what's the point of giving paying for a surgery for a guy who that's chump change to? Like,
not to mention, you don't think the team...
a charity that he supports or something.
Yeah, you don't think he's got a medical policy or a health plan under the team? I'm pretty sure the team's going to take care of it.
Probably. Maybe...
He got hurt on the job, okay? Literally.
Yeah. I don't know. I just saw a bunch of money raised. Maybe it is going to go to his charity instead of his fund or his doctor's bill. Who knows? But some nice Canadians raised a bunch of money. So, again...
That's the moral of the story.
Maybe that should be another episode we do. Players we would cheer for to get hurt. I'm just kidding. But
Kind of.
I have 100% cheered for players who have fouled out or been ejected. Never would I cheer for someone to get hurt. Never.
That's a different story entirely. To cheer for somebody to be ejected or to be kicked out of the game because of their own shenanigans, completely justifiable. But cheering because somebody got hurt, that shit's irredeemable.
Did you guys watch the close-up video of his calf?
Yeah.
Did it? I was trying to think of like the best way to describe it. First of all, it looked weird because it happened right after a flash of light. Second, like what did it look like? Because people were like, "This is gruesome." That wasn't gruesome. It looked like a fucking. You ever stretched a rubber band, flung it, and like seen the rubber band get like all wobbly as it's flying through the air? That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
it wasn't gruesome.
No, but it doesn't look pleasant either.
No. And the Achilles tendon? Fuck. Report is Kevin Durant is expected to miss the entire 2019-2020 season, as I'm sure we all expected.
Yep. Ruptured Achilles, yeah, that's always gonna happen.
We'll get
Having surgery kind of gives it away. Oh, you're not gonna make it for the final 2 games of the year? Oh, I would have bet you would have.
We'll get back to Kevin Durant in a few minutes, but
no, they're talking about next season, 2019-2020 season.
Yeah, all of next season.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yep. So he's out for at least 410 days or something like that.
Yeah, that kind of changes the whole free agency, doesn't it?
Not really, and we'll get to that in a few minutes too.
Still going to go after him, and there is an argument for it. I don't even. I'm just accepting my fate as a Knicks fan that free agency is going to end up poorly.
Like I said, I had this conversation with Chuckles, and he was like, "Could you imagine what the Knicks could do?" I was like, "But you're forgetting one crucial fact." And he was like, "What's that?" I was like, "The Knicks always fuck it up."
Well, there's still talks of multiple teams still signing KD for a max.
GMs in the league, only 2 of which I think were anonymous, were saying that someone asked, like, do you think this is going to affect Kevin Durant being signed? And the one, I think it was the GM for the Bucks, is like, absolutely not. He's still going to get a max contract.
Well, I mean, you're not getting him for. You can deal with the 1 year and know.
If you can convince
you're going to have him for. You're having one of the most dominant players on the planet, assuming he comes back to who he was, which I don't see any reason why Kevin Durant wouldn't be able to, for a long period of time. You're not looking at this as a 1 year move to try and win it now. You're looking at this as trying to build something and have KD be a big focal point of it, which changes the argument.
Right, so this changes a lot of things. Kevin Durant, for the Knicks specifically. So let's say Kevin Durant still signs with the Knicks. Kyrie Irving is almost undoubtedly going to the Nets, is what it sounds like. What do the Knicks do? Because they're planning on 2 Supermaxes. What do the Knicks do? Do they bring in Clay to be the second star?
After Kawhi. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, Kawhi said the 4 teams that he'd be interested in signing long-term deals with are the 2 in New York and the 2 in LA. So
yeah, if they win the ship, though, you and I have discussed this. I don't see him leaving.
I just don't see him staying. I think he's a Clipper. I do. I think regardless of what happens, no matter how much money the Knicks throw at him, he's going to be playing for the Clippers next season.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't think the Knicks get him. So then, you question who do they get. There's still a strong possibility that they get KD, and then they just sit and tank next season and wait and just say,